All right, week 13, lesson 6. This is one of the easiest lessons you're ever gonna experience. But the reason that we do it is to kind of prep you for the next section. Okay, so probably the most important part here is this part right here where it says to check for extraneous solutions. That's there for two different reasons, okay? Reason number one is that you may do a whole bunch of math, get what looks like an amazing answer, and then when you plug it in, it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't give you something that's equivalent, right? The second reason is that sometimes you'll end up with a negative under the radical, okay? And that's not cool either. You're not allowed to have negatives under the radical. All right, so we're gonna start with just number one, okay? Number one. So if I'm trying to solve this equation for x and it's under a radical on the left, it's also, it's also under a radical over here on the right. The easiest way to get those things out from under radicals is to go ahead and square both sides. Okay, so when I square the left, it comes out from under the radical. And when I square the right, it comes out from under the radical. And you have solved equations like this forever. I mean, this is just unbelievably easy, right? Subtract 3x from both sides. Divide both sides by -1. And get an answer of x equals 1, okay? Which is great and fine and dandy. Just make sure to check it, right? When you actually plug 1 here in on the left, 3 times 1 is 3, minus 1 is 2. You get the square root of 2 on the left. Let's just make sure we get the square root of 2 on the right, which if I plug in here, I do, so this does check out, okay? If you got something like the square root of 2 equals the square root of 7, right, then you would put no solution. Or if you ended up with a negative under a radical, you would also write no solution. All right, so I'm going to try one more. Literally, it's that easy. I don't think I have to do more than 2. So let's do number 2. So you can see you've got a square root on the left and a square root on the right. Easiest way to eliminate that is to square both sides, which will eliminate the radicals. All right, moving all the letters to one side and the constants to the other, we end up with, if I divide both sides by 5, I get a equals 2. Okay, looks like a great answer. Let's make sure it actually works. If I plug 2 in here on the left, I get what, 8 minus 4, the square root of 4, I get 2 on the left. And if I plug 2 in over here, let's see, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 4 is, minus 2 is 4, square root of 4 is 2, I get 2 equals 2. So that checks out as well. Okay, so be aware, there is going to be at least one that doesn't work. Okay, I'm giving you like a warning, all right? And if you've watched the video this far, there will be one that does not work. All right, so go ahead and finish this worksheet, submit it, and we'll move on to lesson 7.